Hello, Redondo Beach CSL. This is Jessie Powers. I am a nationally touring singer-songwriter from Columbus, Ohio, and I'm really excited to let you know that I am coming to visit you. I'm going on a big road trip, a big winter tour, and so I will be there to give a full concert of my original music on March 22nd. I'm really excited to meet all of you, and I promise it's going to be a fun, uplifting, beautiful, insightful time. So come on out for some community and music and spiritual connection, and I will see you on March 22nd.
From the west unto the east.
All right, Jessie Powers. I can personally attest to that she is a wonderful musician. So on Sunday, go over there, have fun, hang out in Richelieu Hall for a while. Go take a walk on the beach. I'll join you too. I'll go walk on the beach. And then come back at 5 p.m. for this beautiful concert. It's going to be really fabulous, so you won't want to miss it. The Power of Visioning is a workshop by Reverend Valerie Reeves. She'll actually be speaking at the Sunday service on the 29th, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. She'll be speaking at the service on the 29th, and then she'll do a workshop afterward called The Power of Visioning. I'll be in Sedona myself. Easter lily dedications are back. If you would like to honor someone in memory, dedicate a lily, Easter lily, for our Easter service, go to the front desk and fill out the form, and we'll take good care of that. So we'll have a whole bunch of Easter lilies up here for our Easter service on April 5th. Join us for that service, April 5th, 11 a.m., same as the regular time. The kids are going to have a lot of fun at our Easter egg hunt, so we welcome you and your family to come on Easter, celebrate with the children, celebrate with us in here. We'll do a metaphysical Easter service. It's going to be fun. Mark your calendar for our annual membership meeting. That happens every year. Annual. Sunday, April 26, 12:30, after the service, right here in the sanctuary. All are invited, but of course, only members are eligible to vote. There will be 2 vacancies on the Board of Trustees. If you happen to be interested in being on the Board of Trustees, you can contact anyone on the nomination committee. That includes me, that includes Kenneth Darr, our board president, and includes Mark Ruth, one of our board members. Contact us no later than April 5th. We'd be glad to look at your candidacy for the board. There's also a proposed amendment to the bylaws, which will be available at the front desk starting in April. Science of Mind certificated classes are back. We'll start the first week of April. If you're taking your first certificated class, I will be offering a foundational class called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life on Saturday mornings, 10 a.m., starting April 4th. And if you've already taken certificated classes and you're continuing on the journey, Mark Ruth, practitioner Mark Ruth, will be offering Powering Your Decisions, another great class. That'll be Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. starting April 2nd. The easiest way to enroll is now you can just go to our website, click on the classes tab, and you can just pay and register right there on our website. So hope you'll join us for one of those classes. Spiritual retreat. It's been a while. This community used to do spiritual retreats every year, and now we're back. We're going to do a great one this year, Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, October 9th to 12th. It's going to be in Simi Valley at the American Jewish University. Whole weekend of great music, workshops, talks, fun activities. Families are welcome. It's going to be really great. I look forward to doing my first retreat with you all and just hanging out with you all for the whole weekend. Wow. Can't even imagine how good that's going to be. It's going to be so good. For more information on any of this, go to the activity table in the lobby as well as the weekly e-newsletter. Finally, a big thank you to all of our wonderful volunteers. Let's give our volunteers a hand. Thank you all. We appreciate you so much. Our speaker today is the one and only Reverend Mary Morgan. Yay. And before we get to Reverend Mary, we're going to have a song from the one and only awesome, our lead musician, Elise Carver.
Thank you. This song is called Path of Light by Catherine Economou and Peggy Lebo.
I will trust in the Spirit. I will open my heart. I will always remember the truth of God that has brought me this far. So lead me on this path of light, and every step I take in faith leads me home to a place where all I know is love and grace. Lead me on this path of light. I'll shine a light in the darkness. I'll bring forth the truth. I will always honor the beauty and the light that I see in you. So lead me on this path of light, and every step I take in faith leads me home to a place where all I know is love and grace. Lead me on this path of light. As I breathe, I become completely one with the light and the love. Completely one. As I breathe, I become completely one with the light and the love. Completely one. So lead me on this path of light, and every step I take in faith leads me home to a place where all I know is love and grace. All I know is love. All I know is love. All I know is love and grace. Grace.
Thank you.
Superman had that. If you look up Superman, it actually says that. You know, Ernest has that famous saying, there's a power for good in the universe. The other part of that is he said, it's available to you, and you can use it. So it's a matter of knowing everything that I declare as my truth, as my word, as my attractor factor, is going to come back to me in kind. So it's really a matter of what am I believing about myself? What am I trusting is going to happen? Did I start my day waking up with all these great, grand, good thoughts? Because remember, when you wake up in the morning, it's a brand new day. You do not have to pick up the issues that you had yesterday. But I don't know about you, but sometimes I go, oh God, I got to call this person because yesterday did, it's like, no, you do not have to pick up yesterday's thoughts. You can start a brand new. Anybody ever clean out their closets? Yeah, I've been doing that lately. I cleaned out some paperwork and threw a bunch of it away. I still have a bunch, but I threw a bunch of it away. But even with clothes, you throw out, even there's some things you go, oh, I just love this. I love this so much. I give this example that I keep a pair of, this pair of jeans that I can't quite get my caboose into, okay? But I keep them, and I try them on every day going, well, not there yet, not there yet. It's like right now, you try those on, you look like a sausage in a casing. So put those away, but I keep them there to remind, and we laugh about that kind of an example. It's about making ready for what you've declared. Do you feel the difference in that? Making ready for what you've declared. So it's that faith in something unseen, but knowing that it's coming. I know Dr. Moyer always had that story about the parents with the two boys, and the two boys wanted a pony. So they brought them into this room, and there's a big pile of manure in the room. And the one boy's like, I asked for a pony, and all I got was a big pile of poop. And I bet some of us in our life have said that ourselves. Like, yeah, I wanted this, and all I got was a big pile of poop. And the other boy looks at it and says, with all this manure in here, there's got to be a pony in there somewhere. And feel the difference is that one is the optimist, one is going, oh, I'm looking at the reality of things. Look at that. It's a big mess. No, we don't have to think like that. And this teaching reminds us, what is it? It's not just our own human thought. It's aligning with that positive power that is within us and speaking from that power rather than from our own limitation. So it's so important to pay attention to what you're paying attention to and pay attention to what have I accepted for myself that, I don't like that anymore. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. And how do we change it? We recondition our mind by affirmations, by prayer, by hanging out with the right people, by shifting our conversation. If things are starting to go down that rabbit hole of negativity, you go, oh, I'm gonna reel myself back in. I'm not gonna pay attention to that any longer. It is not what you want that you attract. You attract what you believe to be true. Isn't that interesting? So sometimes we make assumptions about what's the truth for us, and sometimes that needs to get adjusted. I mean, I'm sure if you look back at who you were a year ago, you've changed. You've actually changed. But sometimes we keep trying to try on those pants that are going to make us look like a sausage in a casing. Right? We just keep trying to do that, going, oh no, this is the way I've always done it. Skip that. Did it work for you? If it works for you, fantastic. But if it doesn't, let it go. And everybody goes, well, how do I let it go? I don't know, Remembering that everything that we do in our life, the quality of our life is always determined by the choices that we make. And sometimes we forget that we're a choice. We get to make a choice. We get to choose again. Like, oh, I don't want to do this, or I want to be that, or I want this job, or whatever. I talked to my sister this morning, and I told her, I said, I'm going to use you as an example. She goes, okay, what are you going to say? I go, you'll have to find out. So she's probably, she's probably watching. So she was worried. She had to go in for some tests, some follow-up tests, where they have to stick you with some needles and do some contrast for a CAT scan, a contrast, and then also to take some blood work. And she's terrified because a lot of times they think she's like a pin cushion and she's got all these pokes in her and they keep missing her veins. So I said, you can change that. She's like, well, how am I going to change that? There's one tech there, and he's the guy that like goes fishing in my arm. And I said, no. You can actually ask for another person. That was, thank you, Casey, made that suggestion. Or let's just know together right now it's going to go as smooth as pie. Everything's going to be great. You're going to get in and out of there real quick, and everything perfect is going to happen, right? She's like, okay, I'll try that. I'm like, no, we're not going to try. We're going to absolutely know. Feel the difference sometimes if you're going to try. Remember, who's that? Yoda that says there's no try. There's do or don't do, but there's no try. Because try means you don't get there. So she said, all right, I'm going to know. I'm going to absolutely know it. I said, okay, great. So she calls me this morning. She goes, you're never going to believe this. I go, oh, yes, I am. And she said, it went perfect. The guy went in my left arm. It was a piece of cake. He got done, got all the stuff. She goes, I only had one thing. It's perfect. Our whole life can be that way. Our whole life can be that way when we set the tone in the morning and we wake up and say, God, everything of all good is happening for me right now. Now, guess what? That doesn't mean stuff doesn't happen. It doesn't mean you don't get bad news sometimes or you get tied up in traffic or whatever it is. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. But the way we respond to the situation is essential. And if we're coming from all there is a big pile of poop, then that's what's going to happen. But if we come from there is a pony in there somewhere, you know what? That's what you're going to see. I call it the red car syndrome. I don't have a red car, but if you had a red car or whatever color car you have, you know how that is? You have a car that's a white car. All of a sudden, all you see are white cars or whatever I have a Buick. So all I see are these Buicks, right? Or my friend's buying a Subaru. So now all I'm seeing are Subarus all over the place. What is that happening? It is the patina from which you begin to see life because it's your belief and it's your experience. And then that's what your mind, your psyche, sees only that. So when you expand your scope, and you say, oh, everything of great good is coming to me, expected and unexpected good. When I worked at Smith Barney, feels like 100 years ago, but when I worked at Smith Barney, there was a guy in the mailroom, and he was probably in his 80s, and his name was Mo, and he was a dream, and so he's like, what's this positive thinking stuff you're always talking about? I said, you know what? Let's do an affirmation together. I allow unexpected good to happen. How about let's do that? I allow unexpected good to happen in my life right now and every day. And when you say unexpected good, it's like, wow. It's like, well, what's it going to be? It's like, I don't know. It's unexpected. But then when stuff happens, acknowledge it. Pay attention. Hey, this brilliant thing happened. So the cool thing about my sister, I was like, oh, see, this stuff works. And I know everybody in this room probably has an example of how this works. And it's like, guess what? We can do it in bigger and bigger ways. All we have to do is apply it to our thinking. We're surrounded by a law of good that receives the impress of our thought. And what's the impress of our thought? It's what we're thinking every day. It's where we're putting our mind. If we want to create a new reality, we have to have a new vision. We have to have a new vision. And so when you wake up in the morning, and you can affirm, absolutely, I allow unexpected good, but see your day unfolding. Okay, I get all the stuff done that I needed to get done. I have plenty of time to relax and enjoy myself. Everything works out with perfect timing. My body's in ideal weight, everything like that. I'm trying a new thing. If you want to be your ideal weight, I don't know, anybody want to be their ideal weight other than me? Write the number on a Post-it. Put it on your mirror. I have it in my car. Put it on, and all you're doing is seeing the number. Figure out whatever you want to weigh. Put it there, and you're seeing it every day. What are you doing? You're impressing your mind. You're impressing your mind. It's not going, don't eat that cake, you big tub of lard. It's saying your ideal weight. And you can even just write, I'm my ideal weight. right? And so everywhere you go, you're like, oh, I'm my ideal weight. I'm my ideal weight. It happens because your highest self is aligned with yourself, and it's bringing into fruition the very thing that you desire. So we forget sometimes that we're in charge of our life. See, a lot of times the news or events that are happening out there will think that we are subject to all of that. No, we're not. How we respond to that is what we're subject to. How we respond to that is how we determine our own life. So, I'm going to skip that. So here's how you do it, the process. Our thoughts are always our initial state, aren't they? Because thoughts formed with feeling create beliefs. And if you think it over and over and over again, it becomes a belief. Remember that crazy little thing when you were a kid? God bless you, step on a crack and you break your mother's back? I thought, oh, God, don't step on a crack. We don't want to break mom's back. Or you're worried about a black cat crossing your path or whatever it is. Those were superstitions. But we have kind of built-in superstitions about our own life, don't we? About how things are going to go. Oh, this always happens when I go on these job interviews. You know what? Everybody else gets picked but me. It's like, and so it is. All you have to do is after that just say, and so it is, because that's what happens. Because why? That's where your belief is. So the very first thing you have to do is, number one, examine your beliefs. But number two, if there are things in there that don't resonate with who you are right now, change them. It's like, what a concept. Change them. Just let them go and just say, I no longer believe in that. That's no longer my truth. So we train ourselves to believe. We train ourselves to believe anew. Remember, faith is an expectancy, but guess what? It's also a consent, isn't it? Sometimes we turn away from our good. Someone says, I'd like to take you to lunch. It's my treat. And you go, oh, no, thank you. I'm good, right? We know you're good. How about accepting you're good? Oh, no, I can't. Oh, hey, you know what? Let me give you a ride there. I can do it. No, thanks. That's okay. Yeah, I got it. It's like, okay, right? We turn away our good sometimes. We have to give consent to, we've put the message out there. So we don't want to say no to it, but a lot of times we say no. It's like, oh, a new car came, but it's not the red car I wanted, it's the blue car. So no, I'm going to wait for the red car. It's like, okay, wait a second. What are you turning away from? And are you allowing your good? Because a lot of times it's about consenting to, you've put the message out there, you've put the frequency out there, you've put the attraction out there. And when it shows up at your door, you're going to go, okay, just kidding, didn't want it, no thank you. And we laugh, but guess what? That's what we do sometimes in life. We kind of turn down the good that's showing up in our experience. That's why we go to whatever issue we're having, we go to them, the problem, with God, rather than going to God with our problem. You see how silly that is? God is like the greatest energy, the most optimal good in all the world. Why would you go to God with your problem? Instead, you go, okay, Mr. giving me trouble right now. I know that there is a power for good in the universe, and I'm using it, and I'm applying it, and I'm knowing the best and most optimal option is coming out of this. This experience is turning into a grandiose, beautiful thing for my life. So that's why we go to our problem with our God. Speaking of which, God's on the way right there. God's on the way right there. That's every time. I learned that from Dr. Frank. He said every time he heard an ambulance or a siren, he would know God's in charge, God's on the way. So it's back to like when you let go of anything that no longer fits you, you're kind of in that limbo spot, aren't you? It's kind of like, okay, now what? Where is it? It hasn't happened yet. I'm kind of floating out here. Nothing's happening. Guess what? That's when we rely on our faith. That's when we really take that leap of faith and say, I'm going to stay in this spot. Even though there's nothing going on right now, I know it's bubbling up. Because guess what? Sometimes there's a readiness that has to happen. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm so glad I didn't get that job I applied for, or whatever it was that didn't work out. I'm so thankful it didn't happen. Or even when I got released from a job, I thought, I didn't pray to get released from a job. It's like, oh, yes, I did. Somewhere in my psyche, I was saying, I need out of here. This is not resonating with me. And you're released from something. And you may then go, I don't get that. That quite didn't work out. But guess what? The moment you get into the spot of going, you know what? Good and only good is happening in my experience. And all the good in the universe is conspiring to show up in my life right here and now. The moment you accept that, it happens. But sometimes we're not ready for it. So there's that limbo stage where, you're kind of in the waiting game. And that's okay too. And then you can acknowledge it and say, guess what? My body is making ready for all good things. But in order to manifest something, you have to manifest from it. You're not praying to it. You're not praying to God. You're praying from the God within you. Feel the difference? You're praying from that understanding, that knowing this is all totally working out for my best and highest good. Change what you're saying to yourself, and you'll change what you're seeing. Change. There's God calling. God's calling Margine. That's beautiful music. So change what you're saying to yourself, and you'll change what you're seeing. Think about that. If you stop giving the meditation idea, and listen to what you're actually thinking, what you're actually believing, what you really want to see happen in your experience, it will show up in your experience because that's how God works. And God's working all the time with us. And the more we dial in and align ourselves with that power, we have to consent to, I'm knowing this truth. I'm going to close with this beautiful prayer I found, quote unquote, by accident, from Ernest Holmes. I don't know where it came. I think it came from Living in the Science of Mind from somewhere, but this is awesome. I know there is a power for good which responds to me and brings into my experience everything that is necessary to my unfoldment, to my happiness, to my peace, to my health, and to my success. I know there is a power for good that enables me to help others and to bless the whole world. So I say quietly to myself, there is one life. That life is God, that life is perfect, and that life is my life now. It is flowing through me, circulating in me, and I am one with its rhythm. My heart beats with the pulsation of the universe in serenity, in peace, and in joy. My whole physical being is animated by divine spirit, and if there is anything in it that does not belong, it is cast out because there's only one perfect life in me right now. And I say to myself, I am daily guided so that I shall know what to do under every circumstance, in every situation. Divine intelligence guides me in love, in joy, and in complete self-expression. Desiring that the law of good alone controls me, I bless and prosper everything that I'm doing, and I multiply every activity, and I accept and expect happiness and complete success. Realizing that I'm one with all people, I affirm that there is a silent power that's flowing through me now and always, which blesses, heals, and prospers and makes happy and clear the path before me. Realizing that the world is made up of people like myself, I bless the world, and I affirm that it shall come under the divine government of good, the providence of love, and the divine leadership of supreme intelligence. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. And so it is. How about if we do a quick affirmation? There's one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life, right here and right now. I allow unexpected good to happen in my life today and every day. So look out, world. Here I come. And so it is. Okay? Thank you. Wow. Okay, we are going to have another beautiful song from Elise. Thank you.
This song is one I'm sure you guys are familiar with, Everything New by Daniel Nemad. Bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think I finally learned to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is never coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. And I survived many times before, broken bones and slamming doors. I'll be alright, yes I will, once more. Just as I did back then, I'm gonna rise again. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. So bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new.
Everything new. Love it. This is the time of the sharing of our treasure, so I invite you to take your gift in the palm of your hands as we affirm together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love. And so it is. Do you sing? Huh? Would you like to sing the song? Sure. No, you go for it.
Cool.
You can do our
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, I'm grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. Grateful for the morning, I'm grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, Grateful for the love that's in this place. Grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is. God is all there is.
Yay! Yay! Okay, this is the time of we're about to close, but if anybody has a prayer request that they would like, or you have a question or something, you can raise your hand and Vince will come down with the microphone. You're helping him get his steps in for the day, so know that. Don't be shy. So, is anybody okay? Hi.
I have a lovely son who is really has been searching for 2 years for a job. He's been on a bunch of interviews, but he has a current job now. It's just that he's in a pool of 25 guys, and 20 guys have been laid off.
Wow.
So anyway, he's waiting to hear from a power plant in Arizona. He's got a BA and he's in logistics. So I just like a prayer for him. A prayer for him to be still open, and he's going to get something. I know he is.
So finding the perfect job.
Yes.
Okay, finding the perfect job. Okay.
Chris Ventus.
Okay, Chris. Okay, we'll just do Chris. Okay. All right, so let's know together let's close our eyes and let's just think into this and be into this and believe into this. As I know, this prayer is for Chris, and it's also for anyone here and present in the room and beyond that is finding the perfect place of employment, perfect job that expresses their divine self in their perfect way. And we begin with knowing that there is one power, one divine creative intelligence that I call God, that very being that I am one with. And we know for Chris, as we know for each and every one of us here in this room and beyond, that this oneness is the very guide of our heart and our soul. It is the very essence of our being. And as I breathe in with an awareness that my God self knows the divine and perfect solution to everything that I am faced with that might appear as a challenge, or knowing for Chris that the perfect job is his right now, that the perfect outcome and the perfect expression for Chris in this job is ideally calling him to the place. And he knows with divine clarity the right decision to make, the right position to accept, and knowing that it is his by divine right action, right here, right now. It's not only Chris attracting the perfect job, that perfect job is attracting Chris. And so it is an absolute match that is done with grace and ease and in perfect timing. There is no angst, there is no worry, there is no stress. It is all released, and all in its place is this complete knowing, this complete keeping the faith in knowing that it's the substance of something hoped for, and the trust that it will be there and manifest right now. Grateful for this complete understanding, for this complete alignment with the God power within Chris, knowing his best and highest good. We release this prayer into the law of mind, knowing that it responds immediately to these words and acts upon it, right here and right now. And so I say, thank you, God. It is done, and together we say, and so it is. Yay. Okay. We can hardly wait to hear all the good news, Mary Lou. Okay? Yes.
Thank you, Mary. That was great, Reverend Mary. That was great.
Thank you.
My cousin is back in the hospital for intestinal challenges.
Okay.
Her name's Jennifer. She's beautiful, and I just like prayer for her.
Okay. All righty. So we're knowing perfect health for Jennifer. And this prayer goes out to all those that are needing, or knowing perfect health for themselves right now. So, okay. So as I turn my thought inward, again, aware of the divine power within all of life, that creative intelligence, God, that lives, moves, and has its being as me, as all. This prayer is for Jennifer and her perfect health right now. We're knowing that this oneness, this one expression of God power happening in and through Jennifer is knowing and attracting perfect doctors, perfect diagnosis, perfect health, perfect realization of the divine creative power within Jennifer to bring about this divine health and solutions to whatever might be challenging her physically, mentally, spiritually. And in that knowing is an expectation of the complete perfection of health, realizing in Jennifer's experience right here and right now. Knowing that everyone involved, the doctors, the hospitals, the whatever it is that is dealing with Jennifer, we are knowing that they all are in the right place, all working towards the same divine outcome, which is the realization of perfect health. And that whatever is stopping or blocking Jennifer's health, it is nothing or no thing trying to be something. And so we send that idea of any intestinal problems right back to the ethers from which it came, because it was created from nothingness, and now it's going back to that nothingness. And in its stead is the perfection and perfect realization of health. Grateful for this understanding, grateful for this complete alignment and release of anything that might be stopping or blocking that good and health from manifesting. We release this prayer, and the law always responds to this word, to this knowing, to this absolute truth, to this absolute faith and belief in the power for good that I am using right here and right now. So we let it be, trust in its power, and give thanks for our divine realization of the truth. And we say together, and so it is. Okay? All righty. Do we have liftoff? Have you been watching the spaceships as they're, when they take off, whatever, it's SpaceX is sending all those guys up all these crazy little trails in the sky. It's kind of fun. They're like, wow, we're going to space. But there you go. So we have liftoff. That's what I say. All right? So go have a swell Wednesday and go do great fun things. And remember, share with everybody. You're never going to believe what happened to me. And I can go, yes, I will believe, because I know you heard that Keeping the Faith talk, and it was really inspiring you to go out there and bring all this great good into your experience. And so it is. Go have a fun day. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.